Mia? What's this about you coming to visit this weekend? I don't remember giving my permission for you to come. What do you even want? This isn't a holiday coming up, so there's no reason for you to lounge around my house. Don't you understand that you are just a stranger? You can't just pop by every time you feel like it. You should be more considerate about other people's convenience, you know. Stranger? I get that you don't like me, but I've been married to Tom for 3 years now. You could at least accept that I'm your daughter-in-law. Anyway, it's not like I decided that I wanted to visit either. I already know that my presence bothers you, so if I could avoid going, I would. I'm just visiting because I've been invited to come, and it would be rude to keep on declining. Can't we at least be civil for the sake of the loved ones around us? Tom says that he wants to watch the baseball game with his dad, and I'm just tagging along because Ted wants to see me too. Is it really that big a deal? I would understand the overreaction if I was bothering you every weekend, but I've tried to keep my distance in my own way, and have only gone to visit when Ted really insists that I come see you both. Even then, you still make a fuss about how I'm being so selfish and how I'm in the way. In the first place, I don't understand why you hate me so much and what I've done wrong. I've tried to be as sympathetic as possible, but to be honest, it's getting really tiring. The problem is that you don't know your place. I don't like the fact that you act as though you're part of our family when you come to visit, even though you don't belong here. You need to be more aware of the fact that you are just a stranger. And yet you come to my house, eat the food I've prepared as though it's all a matter of course. Even though the food I have made is meant for family, not for outsiders like you. It annoys me to no end that you think you can waltz and lounge around my house as though it's your own. I don't understand the nerve. How on earth your parents raised you, I have no idea. But they've clearly failed to raise you into a responsible and considerate adult. I wish I could give them a tip or two about how they should have brought you up, but even if I did that, it's much too late. No amount of discipline can change your horrible attitude now. I think it's weirder that you refuse to accept me as part of your family, even though I'm married to your son. I thought marriage was supposed to bring people, two families, together, not make me feel as though I'm unworthy of being treated equally. What do you expect me to do? I've offered to help out with the cooking before, but you refuse to let me touch anything as though I'm contaminated or something. So what should I try next? Bring my own packed lunch when we're supposed to be having a family dinner? Should I sit on the floor instead of sitting at the table when we're eating? If that'll please you, I'd be happy to do so. It'd be a lot easier to do all those things instead of having to suffer the silent treatment and glares you give me. But I'm sure that doing those things will raise a lot of eyebrows among the other family members that are attending, and Ted is much too kind to let me do any of that. So I think your only choice is to accept that I'm family and try to get along with me like I've been trying to do with you. Let's be civil, for Tom and Ted's sake. Why can't you understand that your defiant attitude is the problem? You're always so sarcastic and bossy, and it gets on my nerves. You need to show more respect towards your elders, especially to the mother of your own husband. If we're talking about sarcastic and bossy, I think you'd win by a mile. That's the attitude I'm talking about. You should listen to yourself speak! I've never met someone with so much cheek! On top of that, you're always turning up with Tom and getting in the way of our family time. Why can't you let him come home to visit by himself and leave us in peace? Don't you feel guilty for coming between a mother and her son? Honestly, the way you act tells me that the only thing you think about is yourself. You are a selfish woman, and I knew it was a mistake to let Tom marry you. I know that you don't want me visiting, so I try and avoid going as much as I can, too. But whenever I say that I can't make it to a dinner or a gathering, Ted always offers to change the date to one that's more convenient for me, saying that he wants everyone included. If you want me to stop coming, I hope you understand that you'll have to explain why I can't come to your husband first. Unlike you, he actually treats me like an actual daughter and wants to see all of us together. The more I say no to Ted, the more he worries that I don't feel welcome, which is actually true, but of course, I don't have the heart to tell that to his face. He's not the reason why I don't feel like I belong with you at all. And Melissa is a great little sister. She is the best sister-in-law I could have ever hoped for, and she seems like she's really fond of me too. I consider you all an important part of my life with Tom, and I want to spend time with Ted and Melissa too. I don't see why there's a problem with me visiting every now and again. I'm telling you that you're not just visiting my home. You're getting in the way of my quality time with my family. You should be more aware of the trouble you're causing us. You're just a stranger, so don't act so friendly with my husband and daughter. You can't seriously think that they actually like you. They just say all those things because they have to keep up appearances. You don't even understand that, do you? So you think that you can barge your way into my home on the weekend? Don't make me repeat myself. You don't belong here. You've got nerve, thinking that you have the right to invade our personal space. I understand that you really aren't listening to anything I say, and don't even care to try. If you really don't want me visiting your home this weekend, I'll try and figure out a way to avoid it. I'll have to talk to Tom, and he'll most likely be disappointed that I can't come with him. But I'll find a way for him to visit without me going with him. He was saying that he might want to drink while watching the game, so I was going to go with him so I could drive him home, but I guess that's out of the question. Don't talk about him like he's a child. He can get there without your help. And of course he can drink all he wants. He was living here until he left for university, and his room is still available for him to sleep in. He can stay the night. This is Tom's home, not yours. It's a matter of course for him to come home, but there's no space for you to stay. I don't care what excuse you make, but I don't want you coming here. I don't remember giving birth to you, so I have no obligation to treat you like a daughter. You may be married to Tom, but that doesn't make any difference. I never liked you, and don't plan on trying. My son deserves much better, so if anything, he should just stay here where he belongs, not with you. I don't remember being raised by someone so overbearing either. I understand that you love Tom, but I love him too, and he chose to marry me, so you should respect his wishes too. I think that includes wanting us to get along. I don't care about your reasoning. Tom clearly isn't thinking straight if he's chosen to spend the rest of his life with a woman like you. Anyway, I don't want you coming this weekend, but don't you dare talk to my husband behind my back. You'll regret it. How am I supposed to explain the reason why I can't come if I don't talk to him? You don't have to tell him. Just don't turn up. It's that simple. I don't know what you did to make him like you so much, but I'm sure that doing something like that will make it easier for him to realize that he made a mistake to trust you. It's been annoying seeing how doting he is of you, and I wish he would see that you're no good for Tom. I don't want you saying a word to Ted about anything I've said. I'm warning you. It'll be a pain if he starts thinking that I'm bullying you, or being mean when I'm just trying to fix that warped personality of yours. I think anyone would agree that you're bullying me if they saw this conversation. What did you say? I have done my best with you, and you dare say that I'm bullying you? You're such an ungrateful young woman. Really, what does Tom see in you? No, it's nothing. I know that you're doing your best. Anyway, I'll talk to Tom about this weekend, so please don't get that upset. I won't talk to Ted either, and I'll have Tom give him an excuse for why I'm not with him. I understand that it's difficult for you to like me, but I'm trying my best to get on with you as well. Tom wishes we could be closer, but if we could at least accept each other's importance to him, I think it could be easier. Well, I'll have Tom let you know what happens. You know the trip to your parents' house we were planning for this weekend? I think I'll pass after all.
Huh? But I thought we already decided we would go together. Why did you change your mind all of a sudden? Did something come up at work? If it's not work, could you reschedule whatever it is for another day? I already told my dad that you're coming, so I can't tell him that you changed your mind. You know that he's really fond of you, and he'll be really disappointed if he hears you can't come this time either. And you know that it's important we see them this weekend.
I know he is. And I'm really happy that he's always so generous towards me. You and your sister always make me feel like I've actually joined your family, and I love them like my own family too. It's not work. It's just that your mom found out that I'm coming with you. And she started messaging me again. Your mom doesn't make any effort to change, even though I'm doing my best to be really patient with her. I think it's best to just keep my distance and let her have her territory. It's pretty obvious that I'm not wanted there, and I can't enjoy myself, let alone relax, if she's always so cold towards me. I want to get on better with her, but no matter what I do or say, she's always so critical and finds a problem to complain about. It's worse that she gets so jealous about me talking with Ted and Mel so normally.
Don't let her bother you so much. You've got all of us backing you up if she ever crosses the line. And besides, she's all bark and no bite. At the very least, she's been pretending to get along with you when you're with all of us, hasn't she? She cares too much about appearances to make a fuss in front of Dad.
Yeah, that's true. She's always making nasty comments when she messages me, but her personality changes completely when I meet her in person. It really makes me feel uneasy. And it makes it even more difficult to show you how horrible she really is to me. It's like it's all just my imagination until we leave and she starts messaging me about the things she must have been bursting to complain about.
You can always show me your conversations, you know. It'll make it easier for me to tell her to stop if I know exactly what she's saying to you. I don't know what she always messages you about, but she must just be craving attention. I know that you've already spent a lot of time trying to get to know her and find something you have in common, but she probably needs more time to accept that she doesn't have me to herself. She was always really overprotective of me, and now that she's feeling lonely, she's probably taking it out on you. That's not your fault, and it's wrong of her to do that. So if she does say anything when we go this weekend, tell me. I'll stop her, and won't let her say anything to you. So don't worry. You don't even have to talk to her. You can spend the day with me and Dad, and Mel will be there in the evening, so you can have her stick with you too. Also, I was hoping that we could take it easy and have a few drinks, so we might end up spending the night. Do you think you'll be okay with that?
What? You want to spend the night? No way! Even if there was a 1 in a million chance I'd be okay with it, there's no way your mom would be. Tom, I don't want to stay the night. I can already imagine the mood she'll be in the morning, and the way she'll grumble about the crease on my PJs, or that I used too much toothpaste, or that I didn't wake up early enough to help with making breakfast. I can't get anything right with her.
Please, Mia, I'm begging you. It's the first game of the season, and I don't want to miss it. Dad and I have been looking forward to this for months. I want to watch until the end, and I'll be drinking, so I can't drive us home. It'll be easier to just stay the night. Please? I won't make you come with me the next time I go to visit. You just have to visit this time, so we can give them the news.
I'll go. But I'll drive us home. That's what I always end up doing anyway. This time is no different to every other visit we've made.
You know why I don't want to make you do that. You'll be just as tired as I'll be. Maybe even more because of my mom's attitude, and because you're moving around for 2. Plus, the game might continue until late, and by the time it's over, it'll be pitch black outside. I don't want to risk anything, especially not now. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I know why you're worried. I don't want to risk anything either. Alright, then will you promise me this? If your mom starts picking a fight, will you please come between us? I don't think I can handle any more stress from her. Even if I try and ignore her, she just starts name-calling and accusing me of being disrespectful. So you've got to stop her before I actually lose my temper with her.
Of course I won't. Leave it all to me. Even if she's my mom, I can't let her keep on hurting your feelings like this. She's got to understand that you deserve her respect too.
Thank you, honey. If you're that sure, then I'll trust you and I'll just focus on announcing the news on Sunday morning. Are you an idiot? What the hell is wrong with you? I think that's my line. I can't believe you would do something so stupid. I always thought that the way you were so two-faced towards me was off, but I never thought you would go this far. I hope you understand that I am never going back to your house ever again. I never want to see your face. I'm going home. Go home for all I care. I'm glad you finally understand. You were never welcome here in the first place. There's no place for you here. Not for a woman like you, who thinks that she can use this house like it's her own home. You've got the audacity to lounge around my house. Who do you think you are? You better leave while my husband and son are still watching the game on TV. Honestly, there's something wrong with you. How you can walk around like you own the place is beyond me. Excuse me? You're the one that's got something wrong with her. Do you even realize what you've done? What did you say? How dare you speak to me like that? I deserve respect. I am your husband's mother. You can't talk to me like that. Take that back right now. Respect? You think you deserve respect after the way you've treated me these past few years? After what you've done tonight? Respect is something that everyone deserves. But you don't even want to respect that your son chose to marry me. You don't even treat me like you should treat any acquaintance, even though we're supposed to be family. All I did tonight was try and use the bath, and you got mad and punched me in the stomach. You think I owe you respect? All you get is a restraining order with an attitude like that. There's something wrong with the sense of entitlement you have, and it's clear to anyone that you're in the wrong here. Maybe you should calm down and think about what you've done, and you'll realize that you've messed up. While you're at it, why don't you think of an apology? If it's sincere enough, maybe I'll rethink the order. Oh, now you're showing your true colors. I let you talk, and all you do is insult me. Apology? Why should I be apologizing to you? I haven't done anything wrong. You're the one that tried using the bath in my house, even though you're a stranger, without permission. What's wrong with me stopping you? It's my house. Without permission? I only tried using the bath because Mel said I could use it before going to bed. I would never barge into someone else's bath without asking first. I was offered it. Also, I've used the bath in this house before and you didn't make such a big deal out of it then. And stopping me? With your fist? You can't just ask me not to use your bathroom like an adult? I would have just gone to bed without a bath if you had asked nicely, since I'm not as childish as you are. But instead, you came into the bathroom when I was changing, grabbed at me, and punched me. What is the matter with you? I can only think that you've got some serious issues that you need to sort out. Have you ever considered taking anger management classes? Because I'd be really grateful if you could start taking them. If I had asked you not to use the bath, then it would make me seem like I was the bad person in that situation. You would have gone to complain to my son and husband that I was being mean to you and act like the victim. Don't you understand something that simple? You're completely at fault in this situation regardless. I can't believe you could have done something so unacceptable. I can't take dealing with you anymore. I've been really patient with you, Sophia. But you've been way too horrible and much too rude. I'm not going to take any more disrespect. I don't think anyone can blame me for being so angry. To be honest, I don't think anyone could blame me if I hit you back involuntarily. But unlike you, I don't believe violence is the answer. I want you to be able to understand that what you did was wrong, And I would never be able to do that if I had acted on impulse and stooped down to your level. Excuse me? I'm at fault. Even though you're the one that used my bath. How many times do I have to tell you that you're just a stranger in this house, and you don't get to use this house like the rest of us do? What's so bad about me disciplining you for not listening to what I said? You're like a dog that peed on the floor. You need to be taught a lesson. A dog? My God. You're going to regret ever having said that, and ever having punched me. What? Are you threatening me? What are you going to do? What on earth do you think you can do? I'm really pissed off right now, so you'd better not test me. I'm going to tell your entire family what you did. There's no way Tom or Ted or Melissa will want to stay with you after they hear what you've done. I'm going to get my revenge for the way you treated me, and you're going to be a very lonely old woman. Oh, really? Try it. There's nothing you can hold against me. They're my family, and there's no way that they'll choose you over me. I came first. Ted's my husband, and Tom and Melissa are my children. They'll support what I did, and they won't ever side with a stranger like you. Do you know why? Because they're not your family. You're just a stranger. This is my house and my family. I come first. You know what? I've had enough talking sense into you. I'm going home. But you better prepare yourself. I'm not going to forget about this, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I've had enough of keeping quiet about the things you've said and done to me up until now. I thought it was best not to say anything so that it wouldn't ruin your relationship with Tom, but you've gone and blown it up yourself. When he finds out what you've done, you'll be sorry. I don't think we'll ever meet again. Goodbye. Mia? Mia, answer me! You've got to come back. Where are you? Hurry up and get back here. Right now, Mia. Would you please stop messaging me? I'm ignoring your messages for a reason, and ordering me around isn't going to help anything. I have no obligation to listen to anything you say to me. Actually, I never had any obligation to, so you should be thankful that I was so reasonable up until now. If you're going to complain about the stuff I left there, I'm going to go and collect it when I go to pick Tom up. So would you please give it a rest? I don't want to see you, and I don't even want to talk to you. So if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Wait, Mia, you've got to come back. You've got to come back right now or I'll get kicked out. Stop pouting and get back here. Hurry up. Why should I come back? You say that I'm pouting when I'm rightfully angry with you for punching me, and you have the nerve to think that you can order me around? Why should I do anything for you? You haven't even apologized for what you've done. As long as you think you haven't done anything wrong, I don't feel comfortable talking to you. What? You expect me to apologize to you? For what? Why should I? You're the one that should be apologizing to me for making me the bad person. Oh well, that's a shame. If you don't even want to try apologizing, there's no reason for me to come back. I guess it's difficult for someone as self-centered as you to understand when you've done something bad. Well, it's not like I would have forgiven you that easily after everything I've had to suffer. The best thing for me to do is just keep a distance and prioritize myself. I've got to put my physical and mental health first. Who the hell do you think you are? You think I owe you an apology? And you say that you wouldn't have forgiven me anyway? Since when do I have to ask for your forgiveness? I'm your mother-in-law. You owe me respect. If I tell you to do something, you should shut up and do it. So shut up and come back right now. I'm ordering you. How many times do I have to tell you before you listen to me? You're the one that told me to get out, remember? I was happy to do as you said then because I didn't even want to look at you, but now I don't have to listen to a word you say. I don't have to listen to anything you order me to do, especially if everything you say is contradictory. You contradicting yourself just shows how unreasonable and selfish you are, and I've had enough of it. I'm not coming back. I know that I'm contradicting myself, but I really do need you to come back or I'm in a lot of trouble. You've got to help me, so come back. My husband's angry with me. He says that if I don't get you to come back, he'll kick me out. But why? I don't understand. Why is my husband siding with you? He should be agreeing with me. He's my husband. You must have seduced him. I know it. You're capable of doing something disgusting like that. It's the only way I can make sense of why he's so fond of you. Seriously? How much more nonsense are you going to talk? First of all, when he said to get me to come back, I think he meant for you to apologize. Second of all, I have not seduced your husband. I think the main reason why he's so fond of me is because I've been helping to pay the loans on your house. And because Tom and Melissa also sided with me too. What? I've been paying the loans for the house you've been living in. I think that means that it's pretty much my house. Though of course, I don't want to think of it like that. I don't want Ted to feel that he owes me anything. But no matter how much I tell him that I don't want him to make a big deal out of it, he's too kind. I think that explains why he's always favoring me and wants to treat me to dinner at your house. That's why he treats me especially well, and why you might thought it was strange that he was favoring me. But I haven't seduced him. You should think a little more before making ridiculous accusations like that. What? You mean that you're the one that's been paying for the house? The house I'm living in? This house? Are you being serious? Ted had some problems with his business a year or so ago and was in a lot of debt. It was too much for him to handle the loans and the debt all by himself. So Tom and I spoke with him and I offered to pay the loans on his behalf until he clears up his debt. He said that it would take a few years for him to pay back the debt, but he promised that he would pay me back. So it was decided that I would take over paying for your house. Ted himself insisted that I use your house as if it were my own home, and I think that's why he wants me to visit more often, so I can relax and put my feet up. Unfortunately, it's had the opposite effect. But he never told me that he had gotten into debt because of his business. Why wouldn't he have told me? I bet you're just lying to make me feel like I owe you that apology. Why should I believe you when Ted hasn't told me himself? I never knew anything about his business failing. I'm not lying to you. If you don't know anything about your husband's business, that's your problem. You've got to talk to Ted about that. Or maybe Ted felt that he couldn't tell you. I don't know. It just shows that there's a lack of trust in your relationship with your own husband. Oh, that reminds me. You were saying something about my parents not raising me properly earlier? Well, I'd like to say something more about that. I think you've met my parents before on several different occasions, and you know what kind of people they are and the work they do. You know that they own a company, and that I'm helping out with running it. I should let you know that they're the reason why I was able to help Ted out with his financial problems. You owe my parents just as much as Ted does, and yet you insulted them in their child-raising methods and insulted me. I would never hold this over Ted, but you've gone way too far with your attitude. I didn't know. Yeah, and I'm sure that your attitude wouldn't be any different towards me even if you did know. But regardless of what my parents had done for you, you should have never treated me like that. I just want you to know how much you've embarrassed Ted by acting like such a selfish child towards me, someone he feels he owes so much to. Do you finally understand why Ted's so angry with you? I don't blame him for making you apologize and ordering you to get me to come back to the house. I do. So will you please come back? Now he's angry about me punching you. He's been shouting at me why on earth I thought violence was the answer. He won't calm down, no matter how much I try to explain what happened. Why does he even know about me punching you? He and Tom were watching the game when that happened. I thought he wouldn't realize. You thought it would be okay as long as he didn't realize? How naive can you get? I called Tom and told him what happened. You're going to answer for this. What? Why would you do something like that? Now it really does look like I'm the bad person here. Stop playing the victim and tell them what really happened. Tell them how you are flouncing about acting like you could do whatever you like in my house. All I did was punish you for that. I'm pregnant. Excuse me? I'm pregnant. You punched a pregnant woman in the stomach. That's why I left in a hurry, so that I could go to the hospital and see if everything was okay. Why wouldn't I call Tom and tell him what happened? Do you understand how serious this is? You're lucky that I didn't have to call him to tell him that I had a miscarriage. If I lost the baby, I would have come back to the house and torn you apart. But now I know everything's okay. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going anywhere near you. I didn't know that. How was I supposed to know? You never told us you were going to have a baby. It's not my fault. If I had known you were pregnant, I would have never punched you in the stomach. I swear! You've got to come back! But you would have punched me elsewhere, I guess. Whether I'm pregnant or not, you shouldn't have punched me. End of discussion. Tom and I were planning on announcing the news tomorrow morning after breakfast. That's why I thought I should endure the night to get the announcement over and done with, because we wanted to tell you all in person. But that's impossible with you. Punching me was your choice and your mistake. It's all your own responsibility, and you've got to pay for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Ted decided he wanted to have a divorce. Tom says that his dad is pretty upset, especially because he had to find out about his first grandchild like this. Ted would never ask me for a divorce. He wouldn't do that. We've been married for over 20 years. I know he's upset, but that's because he doesn't understand. If he listens to what I have to say, then he'll understand. He won't even look at me, and he keeps on moving rooms when I go near him. I'm just waiting for him to calm down before I try to talk to him again. Until then, would you just come back? I'm sure he'll be in a much better mood if he sees that I've managed to bring you back. It looks like this has all been a big misunderstanding, so if we could just talk this all through, I'm sure we can get along. Get along? Even though you won't apologize for punching me? I don't have anything to say to you. You're a danger to me and my baby. That's all I have to say. A danger? Mia, you're overreacting. I didn't know you were pregnant. I wouldn't have done anything if I knew. I don't care. Say all the excuses you want, but there's nothing that will make me change my mind. You should think about what you've done, and think about how wrong it was for you to punch me, regardless of whether I was pregnant or not. I've tried a lot these past few years to talk things through, to just obediently do everything you say and keep my distance. But no matter what, it hasn't been enough to get you to accept that I've married your son. I don't think that I have the time or energy to waste on you anymore. I'd rather put all of that into raising my baby into a person that respects other people. Up until now, you've done a good job of hiding your true nature from your son and husband, but now you revealed everything to them yourself. Now you'll just reap what you've sown. All the things that you've said to me, the chores you forced me to do and complained about, the insults, they're all going to come back to haunt you. Don't say that. We can talk about this. I'm sure that we can be good friends if we just try and meet each other halfway. You can't give up on having a good relationship with your mother-in-law like that. I didn't know you were pregnant, but I'm so happy to hear such good news. I want to hear more about the baby. When did you realize you were pregnant? When the doctor thinks it's due? Please, talk to me. And I'm grateful that you helped my husband when he needed it. I didn't know, but now I do. I'm aware that we owe you so much. I was wrong about you for being a terrible daughter-in-law, and I want us to get along. Please, this is all just a misunderstanding. I want us to be friends, so please, come back and let's start over. You can't just ignore me forever. I want to be part of your lives and to help take care of the baby when it's born. No, thank you. You don't have to be that stubborn. You've got to understand that I'm making an effort to reach out to you. And what about the effort I'd made up until now? You didn't think much of that, did you? Besides, even Tom has had enough of you. Neither of us thought that you could go this far, so it's not his fault, but he's shocked and ashamed that you could have hit me like that. He's upset that he didn't realize before it happened but now he's realized that he needs to make his priorities clear. He agrees that I shouldn't come back there. So stop messaging me. We don't want anything to do with you. I'm sorry. I really am. I'll apologize as much as you want me to, so please don't cut me out of your lives. You finally feel like apologizing? It's too little too late. That punch was the straw on the camel's back. Goodbye, Sophia. I don't want you coming near me or my family, and of course that means you can't meet your grandchild. But I guess you must be really glad that it turned out the way you wanted it to. Now we really are strangers. In the end, Sophia not only lost the chance to bond with her daughter-in-law, but she also lost her own son, who announced that he wanted to cut ties with her. She also lost her chance to meet her first grandchild. No matter how much she begged him, Tom refused to tell her when the baby was due, and he left his parents' house before she could ask anything more. Ted was furious that she hadn't apologized to Mia properly, and demanded a divorce. He was ashamed that she could have treated Mia so badly and criticized her for not making her feel welcome. He wouldn't listen when she cried and wailed at him to forgive her, and only said that as long as Mia couldn't forgive her, he didn't want to even look at her. Their daughter Melissa had heard everything that happened from her brother, and she was appalled that her mother could do something so low. She was told that she didn't deserve to stay in the house that Mia had paid for after the way she treated her, and ended up being kicked out of the house by both her husband and her daughter, and was told to never come back. The night she was kicked out of the house was the coldest night of the year, and she had nowhere else to go, so she used all the money she had on her to get to her son's house in the hope that she could talk to Mia again. When she turned up on their doorstep, they refused to let her in and told her to leave. She begged them to at least let her use their bath so that she could warm up after coming so far. But, unsurprisingly, their reply was negative. They both answered that they didn't want to let a stranger use their bath, and Sophia was shut out of their home. She cried and pleaded with them to open the door, but nobody would come. I don't know what she expected. It was her own fault for the way she behaved towards Mia, and crying wouldn't fix anything. The only thing Sophia could do now was reflect on her actions. As for Mia, the doctors let her know that the impact of the punch didn't have any effect on the baby, and assured her that the bruising she had would disappear in a few days. A few months later, she gave birth to a healthy, beautiful baby, and her family and Tom's family all celebrated the birth with dinner at Ted's house. Unfortunately for Sophia, the invitation to see the baby never came. Maria, I want to talk to you about something. Madison? Hi. Thanks for inviting me over today. I had a great time. I'm sorry I couldn't message you sooner. I only just finished up at work. You really don't have any common sense, do you? I guess it was wrong of me to expect someone as poor as you to have any manners at all. Excuse me? I went out of my way to invite you to my home, but you didn't even send me a message to thank me for letting you in. I got sick of waiting, so I messaged you, but really, you should have messaged me first. Don't you feel any gratitude for the kindness I showed you? Everyone else already messaged me ages ago. I think it's common sense for people to thank someone when they've invited you to their home. Is that too hard for you to understand? I expected the bare minimum, and I got nothing. I understand where you're coming from, but don't you think you're overreacting? I was at work. I already told you when I saw you earlier that I didn't have time to stick around, remember? That means I didn't have the time to message you. It's not like I forgot to thank you. I was planning to send a message when I had the time to look at my phone. I don't think you have to make that big a deal out of me not sending you a thank you message straight away. Anyway, thank you for inviting me into your home. It was lovely. I was only there for a few minutes, but I love what you've done with the place. Of course you'd love it! I hired an interior designer especially to advise me on how to set up each and every room. That's something someone like you can only dream of, since you have to work yourself. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that I know it means that you don't have enough money to be a housewife, and I pity you for it. I don't have to work because I'm from a different part of society than you. I'm pretty much a celebrity. I don't have to work, unlike people like you. Having a husband that makes so much money is great, but I guess you wouldn't understand that. I live in an apartment like this, I only eat organic foods, I wear all the latest fashion, and I have enough brand items for an army. I don't think anyone can deny I'm living the best life. Plus, I can show all this off to poor people like you who don't have anything else in their boring lives to look forward to. Being rich is the best. It makes me feel so good about myself and admit it. You wish you had this life too. Good for you, Madison. But I think you're lacking a lot of class for someone who likes to suggest that she's used to fine dining. Maybe you should find some of that before you buy your next evening dress. What did you just say to me? What? Do you want to pick a fight with me? Because I'll make you regret you ever said something like that to me. I took precious time out of my day to show you around my beautiful house, and this is how you talk to me? Excuse me, what makes you think you can speak to me like that? I knew it was you after all. It's your fault. Excuse me? What's my fault? And you say that you showed me around as though I begged you to? But you're the one that pretty much forced us all into your home. You didn't even give us the choice to say no. You ordered us to come, so we turned up. We all thought we were there to have a PTA meeting, but no! You started bragging about the stuff you have on display. What was it? Some fancy plant or something you had in your living room? It was a mystery to me why we all had been rushed to your fancy apartment all of a sudden, but the second you started giving us a tour we didn't even ask for, I knew it was a complete waste of my time. That's why I left as soon as possible so I could go to work. Shut up! There's no point in trying to change the topic. You're a thief! Excuse me? What on earth are you talking about now? What are you saying I stole? This is absolute nonsense, Madison. This is so ridiculous I could laugh. Laugh all you want, but it's not going to be funny for long. Not when I get the police involved. I'm not going to let you get away with stealing things from my home. Not an arrogant poor person like you that thinks she can insult me. Are you that jealous of me and my lifestyle? So much that you'd try to steal a part of it from me? Jealous? Excuse me? You think I'm jealous of you? I understand that having a celebrity like me nearby must be really hard for you, since you have to go home to your boring, dull life. But that doesn't mean you can try and take my stuff from me. That watch you stole is really important to me. Do you understand? Give it back, right now! What are you talking about? I don't know anything about your watch. Do you really think that I stole it from your house? I know it was you! Nobody else could have stolen it but you! You better give it back right away or I won't forgive you! Do you understand what will happen if you don't? I'm going to make you suffer, and you'll wish you had never touched any of my stuff! I've had enough of your accusations. Why would I steal your watch? I don't even know what watch you're talking about. And when would I have had the time to steal it? I was only there for a few minutes because I had to get to work. I was literally in and out. How would I have had the time to take your watch? Plus, you were with me the entire time I was there because you were so insistent on showing everyone around. You were the one that was keeping me from leaving. I didn't see any watch when I was there, and I don't know what you're talking about. You're lying! You're full of lies, you liar! You thief! I'm talking about the watch that cost $10,000. You know what I'm talking about. I know you saw it, and I know you took it when you realized that it cost so much. I'm sorry, but I haven't seen your watch. And you said it yourself. I'm too poor to understand how much the things you own are worth. You may want to make me into the bad guy and lay blame on me, but there's no point. I really haven't touched or seen your watch. You're not going to find your watch if you keep pointing the finger at me, because I really don't have it. Why don't you search your own house again? Maybe you just misplaced it. You're lying! I know you are! I'm not that stupid! I wouldn't lose a watch like that! I already know everything, so there's no point in trying to cover up your own crime! Hurry up and give me back my watch! You're not listening to me. I didn't steal your watch. I have nothing else to say to you, so would you please leave me alone? I have better things to do than to be insulted by you. I'll see you, Madison. Hey, honey. When are you coming home?
I'm on my way right now.
Great! Can you buy me some donuts or a blueberry muffin from the convenience store outside the station? I'm really frustrated because of something stupid one of the women from the PTA circle said to me, and I have to eat something really sweet before I blow up.
Really? You're going to blow up? Sure thing. If a muffin's enough to keep you sedated. Oh, that reminds me. I had something to tell you. One of the women in your PTA circle is married to Smith, right? The really rich one that likes to act like she's a celebrity? The one that you said was living in a high-rise apartment and was taking over the PTA circle and is bossing everyone around?
Yeah, she's the one that pissed me off today, actually. What about her?
I'm not surprised. They both seemed like trouble when we first got to know them, but now I'm sure of it. Her husband resigned from his job the other day.
Her husband resigned? Why?
You're not going to believe it. And you're not going to believe what I heard about him.
Who did you hear it from? I don't remember you saying that you were friends with him.
I'm not. I heard it from Howard. Apparently, Smith was asking him to introduce me to him.
Introduce you? For what? Luke, this is starting to sound really suspicious. I hope you're not thinking about getting involved with whatever he's doing. I have a really bad feeling about where this conversation is going, honey.
Of course not. But you're right about it being suspicious. I have no intention of accepting anything he's offering me. So don't worry. I'm not that stupid. I'll tell him that he'll have to find someone else.
He's offering something? Is what he's doing that bad?
I'll tell you everything when I get home. I'll buy your donuts and your blueberry muffin. So hang in there.
Oh, thank you. I'll get dinner ready in the meantime. Are you an idiot? I can't believe you would be so stupid. Who are you calling stupid? That's my line. I've never seen anyone as stupid as you. Why did you come back to my house? Did you think you could get the chance to steal something else? No, I came back because you wouldn't stop calling me a thief. You were saying that I was running away from discussing it with you, so I came all the way to show you that I have no reason to run or hide from you. But I never thought you would punch me. What's wrong with you? Why would you punch me in the face like that? Who do you think you are? You're just some poor working woman. I'm a celebrity in comparison to you. What has that got to do with anything? Just because you think you're better than me doesn't mean you're free to punch me whenever you want. You assaulted me. Assault? You're overreacting. You're the one that suddenly showed up at my apartment without any warning. It's only natural I would suspect that you would come back to steal something else. You can't trick me. I know what you're up to. People like you don't have the skills or ability to earn a decent amount, so you can only think of taking from other people. I won't ever forgive you for what you've done. I'm sorry, what? You're saying you won't forgive me for something I didn't do? You're the one that needs to beg for forgiveness after assaulting me. I'm telling you, there's no point in lying. I know that you stole my watch the last time you came to my apartment. Of course I won't forgive you. You're a thief. Even if you begged me, I won't ever forgive you. You deserve to get a punch in the face. You don't even have proof that I stole your watch. And yet you still punched me. There's something seriously wrong with you. Who punches someone on a hunch? Blaming me for your watch going missing just because I visited your apartment is a little far-fetched, don't you think? I wasn't the only one that was there that day. So why do you think it was me? Because you took the longest to send me a message thanking me for inviting you on the house tour. You stink of ingratitude. Of course someone like you would steal my stuff. That's your reason? You're kidding, right? How many times do I have to tell you that it wasn't me? You won't even listen to me. You've got a problem if you think it's okay to punch people just because you believe they've done something wrong. You're jumping to conclusions, Madison. I don't care what you say. Give me back my watch. I know it was you. You can't make any more excuses. A poor person like you might not be able to recognize brand items that easily, but that watch costs $10,000. I know that you're planning on selling it. You should be happy that I'll let you off with just a punch and didn't call the police on you. If I call the police, your life is over. You'll go to prison, you'll be even poorer when you come out, and no one will trust you with their stuff. Excuse me? I should be happy? I'm not going to forgive you for what you've done. You're the one that's going to wish you had never punched me. Shut up! Give me back my watch. You're just a thief. You can't threaten me with anything. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to give you, because I never stole anything. You're just jumping to conclusions, and I'm going to get my revenge for the way you've treated me. You better prepare a speech, because you're going to be begging me for forgiveness. What? You're just a criminal. Why would I apologize to you? You're the one that needs to beg me for forgiveness. If you don't want to be taken to court, you better give my watch back. I've told you over and over, but it's expensive, and someone like you doesn't deserve to own something that luxurious. I told you, I can't. Because I don't have it. I don't want your stupid watch, or the money I could make if I really did sell it. I'm not interested in brand items like you are. But if you don't believe me, then there's nothing else we can do. We've hit a dead end in discussing this, so we need someone else to work this out for us. I'm confident that I'm innocent in this situation, and that you're the real criminal for assaulting me. So I don't mind going to court like you say. That's the best way to clear this up. We'll have someone else decide who's right and who's wrong. Happy? Oh, really? You're happy to go to court? Fine. If that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. I don't need a court to tell me how guilty you are. But obviously you're too poor and stupid to understand. So I'll have my lawyer spell it out for you. You're really going to regret this. You can run, hide, and lie all you want, but my lawyer will find out the truth and make you pay for what you've done. Plus, I have money, unlike you. I can afford the best, and when your stupid lawyer loses your case, you'll be wishing you never answered back to me. You'll finally realize how different our worlds are, and how much better I am than you. Yeah, sure. We'll see how that works out for you. If you agree on going to court, then let's speak with our lawyers and find a date that suits us all. We'll find out who's really in the wrong. You're the criminal! Of course you're in the wrong! You stole my watch! You deserve to get a punch in the face! Are you really sure about that? I wonder when you'll finally realize that your watch was never stolen. I wonder when it'll occur to you that your own husband took your watch and sold it. I bet you'll feel really stupid, huh? What are you talking about? What's your husband doing for work, Madison? Don't you know? Here's a hint. He's not working for the same company as my husband anymore. You may have thought that you would be living like a celebrity for the rest of your life, but it looks like your husband has plans of his own. Why don't you ask him about that? Then you'll realize how stupid you've been. You'll find out that your perfect life isn't as perfect as it seems. Boo-hoo! What are you saying? Are you trying to pin the blame on my husband? How stupid can you get? Why would my husband sell my watch? Sadly, you're the only person that hasn't noticed what her own husband has been up to recently. You should talk to him and see what he says. He might try and lie to you and cover it up. But everyone he worked with, including my husband, knows the truth. Knows the truth? What are you saying he's done? He resigned from his position at the company last month and became a scalper. Huh? A scalper? What's that? I've never heard of anything like that. My husband never told me that he resigned. And why would he? He has a great salary and a great position. What's worth throwing all that away? You're just trying to confuse me and draw my attention away from you stealing my watch. Well, I'm not falling for it, Maria. If you keep on saying stupid stuff like that, I'll punch you again. Madison, listen to what I'm saying, because I've had enough of repeating myself. Your husband became a scalper and started selling your stuff online. What? On top of that, he's been recommending it to his previous colleagues, offering to teach them and give them advice on how to sell things at higher prices. That's how everyone at the office found out why he'd resigned. He hasn't just been selling things that he's bought new. He's been selling your stuff too, since you have plenty of brand items. He must have thought you wouldn't miss anything. He's been selling them at ridiculous prices too. I'm surprised that anyone would want to buy anything for that price. But I guess some people are just desperate to look better than other people. Are you sure he hasn't been buying a lot of brand items recently? And they've disappeared without you realizing? Because I hear he's been buying stuff secondhand and selling that too. That's how scalpers work. When they buy things new, they buy a lot of the same items so they can sell them off at whatever price they want to, and then they buy secondhand items and change the way they advertise the product by taking better pictures and write stuff like vintage, limited edition to draw up people in and sell things at higher price. Those are the lengths scalpers go to make money. My husband? A scalper? But he hasn't said anything about quitting his job. Are you sure? Has he really resigned? No one's seen him at the office for the past month? Yeah, I'm sure. He was bragging about it to one of his colleagues that he found a better job and wanted a partner to work with him. So he was asking for someone to introduce my husband to him. I can't believe it. My husband! You're telling me he resigned without telling me? You told me the other day that he's been working from home for the past few weeks, right? Why don't you take a look at his room where he's been working? You'll find plenty of evidence to back up what I'm saying, and you might even find your watch. You might even find that you've been missing a few other things too. You're joking, right? I still can't believe it. You mean that we can still afford to live in this apartment even though he's resigned? But if he's not a manager in a major company anymore, if he's making money like that, then it means that I can't brag about my perfect life anymore. Does that mean I'm not special anymore? Why should I care? The only person that ever thought you were special because your husband was a manager and was earning more money was you. Anyway, about the watch you accused me of stealing. Funnily enough, it came up on an online flea market site when I search engined it. I heard from Sarah and the other moms that you made a fuss and sent them all pictures of the watch I stole the evening we went to visit, so I checked with them, and they say it's a match. The watch you say I took and the watch that's online are one and the same. It's been put up for sale on a flea market site? Seriously? You're actually serious about my husband selling my things? And he set the starting bid at a really incredible price, too. I hope that it's all a mistake, and that it's just a stranger's watch that happens to have the exact same features. But the page was just created 2 days ago. I felt that it couldn't just be a coincidence and thought I should let you know. It's got nothing to do with me whether your husband sells your stuff or not. That's something you've got to deal with between yourselves. And we can't even confirm whether it really is your watch or not. But I'm not going to take your accusations lying down. Oh my god! That's it! If we can't confirm whether if it's my watch or not, then it's still possible that you have it! And you tried denying it, but it's still possible you didn't just find that page. You're the one that made it! I can't believe I fell for your lies! There's no way my husband would do anything like that! Here we go again. How about we talk to the police? They can search my house, but they won't find your watch or any proof that I sold it. Plus, they can find out who really owns that flea market page and confirm that I haven't touched your precious watch. But I wouldn't be worrying about your watch if I were you. I bet you'll be arrested for assault before you even give it back. Excuse me? Why would I be arrested? Anyone would agree with me that I wasn't wrong for punching you. It doesn't count as assault. Of course it's assault. No matter how expensive it was, you can't punch people over an accessory. When are you going to get that into your thick head? And you didn't just punch me, remember? You even tried to push me down the stairs. Imagine what might have happened if I didn't grab the handrails. If that doesn't count as assault, I don't know what does. At the very least, I'm going to report it to the police, and we'll see what they have to say about it. They can tell us who the real criminal is. You're going to report this to the police? I did it out of self-defense. The police will side with me if I tell them I felt intimidated by you. That you were going to hurt me. I think the security camera in the hallway outside your apartment will back up everything I'm saying and will prove that you're lying about me intimidating you. Huh? Security camera? If the police check the footage on the cameras, it'll show that you punched me the second you realized it was me when you opened the door. I didn't have any time to provoke or intimidate you, and I certainly didn't try and hit you first. The cameras will prove that you're guilty of assaulting me. Crap! I completely forgot about the cameras. Okay then, how about we make a deal? How much money do you want? That'll be enough to shut you up, right? You're offering me hush money? Wow! No thanks. I think you'll need it when my lawyer shuts you down in court, and after your husband gets caught for the illegal activities he's involved in. You're going to need to save as much money as you can while you still can. Plus, I plan on demanding plenty in compensation anyway. What do you mean while I still can? Your husband resigned from his elite and stable post in one of the biggest companies in the country to become a scalper, which isn't exactly a promising career. I mean, I can understand the addictiveness. It must be like hitting the jackpot in a casino. But that luck's not going to continue forever. One day, he'll be caught, or one day he's not going to be able to sell the stuff he's bought, and you'll both suffer the consequences. And I have a feeling that the police will be on his tail pretty soon, since he tried selling a guidebook to my husband and some other colleagues. A guidebook for reselling items, which he offered for another ridiculous price. Even you've got to agree that it wouldn't be strange if he was arrested for trying to con people. He was conning people? When? The guidebook he was selling was full of crap, Madison. And he was trying to sell it for $20,000. $20,000? Would someone actually buy that? Apparently, one of my husband's colleagues, a pretty naive guy, was seriously thinking about buying it until my husband stopped him. Your husband tried selling it to Luke too, but luckily for me, Luke's a bit too smart to get caught in a trap like that. But sooner or later, someone's going to get tricked, and I'm pretty sure that your husband will get charged for fraud or something for pulling tricks like this. Maria, I'm really sorry. I think we had a bit of a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I panicked when I saw that my watch was gone. I swear. I hope that we can talk about this and make up. We've both had some prejudices about one another, but those will disappear and we can forget about all of this once we get to know each other. Would you like to come over for some coffee? Of course not. You punched me and tried to push me down the stairs. How do I know that you won't try and poison me by putting something in my drink? I don't want to talk, and I don't want to get to know you. I already know enough to make me feel that I never want to see you ever again. And I think that's a normal reaction for someone who's been punched for no reason. Don't say that. I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I want us to be friends, can't we? I understand that you're finally starting to worry about the consequences of what you've done, but there's no point in trying to sweet talk me. I'm not going to change my mind about talking to the police, and my husband's planning on reporting your husband too. You'll both have to explain yourselves to the police, not to me. Maria, please! I don't want to lose this lifestyle! Forgive me! I'm begging you! You can't be so heartless! Even if you beg me, there's nothing I can do. Even if I could, I wouldn't. You need to learn your lesson. The ones that ruined your perfect lifestyle are you and your own husband because of your own thoughtless actions. And you've got to pay for them. I doubt you'll be able to enjoy your high-rise apartment for much longer, but do your best. I hope you can find a job too, once you're out of prison. Maria filed a report to the police, and both Madison and her husband were called in for questioning. In the end, they were both found guilty of their crimes and were arrested. Madison for her assault on Maria, and her husband was arrested for fraud. Their children were taken in by Madison's parents, and wouldn't be able to meet their own mother and father until they had left prison. Of course, they could no longer live in the high-rise apartment Madison was so fond of, and even when she did get out of prison, a lot of trouble would be waiting for her. She would have to work hard to regain the trust of her friends and loved ones, and would have to go and find a job herself in order to pay the debt she owed after paying Maria her compensation. We can only hope that she learned that doing bad things will always come back to haunt her.